Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto, Carnivish, and Carnivore. And this is the place where we get together each day, kind of have a cuppa, and just talk about either current events that relate to our foods or some sort of behavior we want to be working on, or just how we do our food plans and stay in our own lane about what works for us and don't worry about the other stuff. I find that when I'm accountable to myself and I put my food in here kind of as a menu and just, a general getting to understand it all, that it just works for me. It's done. I can move on with the day. Sometimes the day brings me things that aren't always easy to work with, but I know that when it comes to my OMAD, it's probably a little bit pre-cooked if it's the meat, except not tonight because it's a pork chop, so I'm going to cook it fresh in coconut oil. And so I do my day. I put it in. I know what I'm having. I pretty much Uber or Lyft. I go to my 12-step meetings, or sometimes I'm working overnight. So I'm coming home and then diving into the few household things and then errands or the driving again. And so it's done. And I kind of take, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes to just kind of fill it in, put in the skeleton, the bones of what I'm having for next week. It helps when I shop. Sometimes it's after I shop, so I know what I'm having. And then other times it's in here, so then I shop for it, if you're following me. But we bought those 3 different cuts of meat, the top sirloin, the boneless short ribs, and the ribeye at the the Brazilian butchery last week. Each cut was absolutely wonderful. So I will go back there again to reload for the upcoming week for what we cook on the big green egg. Although the boneless short rib, I did it Lori's way, wrapped it in aluminum foil, put it in a little bit of water at the bottom of the crock pot and cooked it for, 13, 14 hours. Divine. And it even made just a little juice gravy for itself inside the aluminum foil. I like my meat kind of wet. Greg doesn't like sauces or gravies or anything like that. So I just had the wet part with my 8 ounces of the short rib. Divine. Just fall apart. Divine. Of course, I added a little butter, 2 little slits with some butter kind of smoothed on the top. Oh, yes. So I have been having my first cup of coffee with 14 grams of either the Omega Power creamer or some packets of ghee and coconut oil, grass-fed ghee, things that I had before and I wasn't using. And so in my trying to use things, right, Lisa? Lisa Kennedy is using up all of her shampoos and all that kind of stuff. And I've been doing that with the hair supplies as well. Not going out and buying yet another hair conditioner, just using what I have. And isn't it funny that I haven't bought anything in years and I'm still using them? So I get that way with oils, with coffee, with the hair products. And so it feels good to be using up those little packets. So I get like 14 grams of some sort of oil, butter, ghee, or the Omega Power creamer in my first cup of coffee every day. And it's just been a nice introduction. I do like my coffees. They're very special for me. And yes, they are bridges and ways to get to the 24 hours without eating something. So it just kind of works for me. I like it. And it helps with the busyness that I might have in the morning. So, yeah, so that's how I do it. I kind of, it's always like the Chiron thing on a stock exchange channel, some business channel. It's always got the bottom going. I know what I'm doing, having in my head the kind of inventory in the fridge about what I might need. My Keto supply, which is the non-dairy creamer, it comes in hazelnut, vanilla, and original. And, do I need to restock? I've been having some cold brew coffee. And, do I need to restock? I've also been having my Vita Cup coffees, my Genius Blend, Beauty Blend, Breakfast Blend, and then just a medium roast blend. I don't know what the name of that is. But yeah, those are mine. And Paul Newman, organic medium roast, Keurig too. So I like to have different sort of means of having my coffee. It's just kind of fun. And I like to make my food fun and fabulous. And also, it just kind of, it's like a treat. And it might not be satiating to have a cup of coffee, but it sure carries me. And I like my small pleasures that way. Then I have my OMAD between like 2 and 3. Yesterday was the messy burger. Today will be the center cut pork chop, sauteed in coconut oil so I can get it like brown and crusty on the outside with some eggs and cheese. I've got it all in here. So, yeah, I will let you know what that is all about. And that makes for a good day. Then I get up at midnight and I guard the cells for 8 hours, and we'll see how that goes. I know that giving up that third shift Monday night into Tuesday night was the best thing I ever did. 4 nights of good sleep in my own bed. Oh, yes, mama, that works. So this is what my macros are for the day. I am having, for calories, 1,180 calories. My protein is 112. And it's funny because one person that I heard, they said, have the amount of proteins in grams where you'd like to weigh. Yeah, I'd like to be 112. Carbs, total, 3.4. Fats, 81 grams. So that works. It's not necessarily the keto macronutrients that, I began with where the fats were more. This seems to have leveled off. I am having 3 medium Pete and Jerry eggs. I am having 2 slices of mild cheddar cheese melted on top of that. I had the Omega Power Creamer in my first cuppa, the keto non-dairy creamer, the pork chops, the raw lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, 1 tablespoon of butter to cook the eggs and the pork chops in. And I will use some great Redmond salt. That always works. I love my Redmond salt. I also like my flakes from France. I can't think of the name right now, but they're lovely, and it does make a difference, It's funny, I like the flakes on my meat, the Redmonds everywhere, and it all works. And I use the Celtic salt crystals. I have like a teaspoon with my warmed lemon water with new salt and pink Himalayan salt in it, along with the half of a lemon. And then the squeezed juice of the lemon I have with my electrolytes, magnesium and potassium, with a little Dr. Price electrolytes put on top just to sweeten the bitter in a few hours, like midday when I come home for a little break. And so that's how I do my day. I will begin my meat haul gathering tomorrow and finish it up on Saturday. And yeah, working on the leftovers for Thursdays and Fridays meals. Yeah, so it's a good life. I like my life. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. How do you handle your day and your foods and your inventory and knowing what you need and just managing all of that so you're never caught without any good food? And do you use rotation in the freezer? I'm bad. I take from the top. Yeah, I do. I know. I know. I'm working on it, okay? Thanks so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with just some non-chicken nuggets. Here we are. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.